Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realness meets Entertainment in Color. I'm your host here, Chantel Francis, my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis, where we're here to talk about Love Island UK Season 8, Episode 46? I think it's 46. I hope it's 46. How are you, Tamika? What's going on in your world? How are you feeling about this
It's
episode?
so hot over here right now. It's been bad, and otherwise, I'm hanging on by a thread. These late nights have been.
Yes, you've been such a champion.
Mhm.
Hopefully, once Love Island UK is done, then we will just push it to the next day and we'll just take over that time slot and then everything can go back to normal.
Oh, the world will be right again.
Everything will be right again. Even
10
though it's
days. I think that's what I heard. 10 days.
11, but
11.
maybe, yeah, in 11 days. So maybe that was including today.
Okay.
So wait, 10 more days. So if that's today is what, Thursday? So Friday would be 1, Sunday 2, Monday 3, Tuesday 4, Wednesday 5, Thursday 6, Friday 7, Sunday 8, Monday 9. So it's ending on a Tuesday? Or would it end on a
No,
Wednesday?
that doesn't make any sense.
So it must be ending on a Wednesday.
Probably.
Oh, unless they count like bit on the side and all that stuff as episodes. Not bit
Right,
on the side, after
That's
Sun.
Saturday. So then
It would end on
a Sunday.
Sunday, which
That
makes more
makes no
sense.
sense.
Well, that is great. So we have just like a little over a week kind of to go, which I'm very excited about. Very, very, very. Hi, Sans. No worries if you can only listen tonight. I'm sure she's very thankful that you're braiding her hair. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Hello, Lady Lyrics. Hello, Danita.
Hey, my
So
girl,
this
Danita.
episode, yes, number 46. What do you feel about these bombshells?
They're not bombshelling.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch this girl, Sarah Destiny. She's from
Mm-mm.
England, and she's just like,
I keep interacting with her tweets.
she's like, these bombs are not, or these shells are not bombing. These shells are not bombing, and I agree, they're not bombing. Yes, Jessica, I did see this that Murad was hosting a finale screening August 8th. Oh, wait, that's far away.
That's 2 weeks.
That's way too far away. August 8th.
Oh, but maybe they end.
Why would they end? He's in UK.
No. Maybe the they end. Like they come out the villa before that. So what's that?
But if he's hosting a finale screening, that's going to be on the last day. Like he's doing like a live viewing. Okay, so let's look at this on a calendar. So he said 11 days for sure. Mm-hmm. So if it's 11 days, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 would be the Tuesday or Wednesday, depends on what day we're counting. 12, 13, 14. That would be 15 days away. I think Murad has the wrong date. I saw that though he's hosting something. I didn't look at the date that he was hosting it on, but that date seems wrong. Are you sure it's not? Or is he sure it's not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like the 3rd, but it looks like an 8. Maybe it was the 3rd and it looks like an 8. Like 3s and 8s kind of could look similar sometimes. I don't know. Just the 8th is definitely a weird day. It's a Monday.
Yeah.
So I think that a Monday is an odd day. I think Sunday is a normal day for them to have their finale, no?
Yeah.
Okay. It says never mind. It's the 1st, which is what we were saying.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Sunday. You think it's the 1st though?
Yeah. Because I think last year was the Monday.
So the Monday then. So let me count this again. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
right.
7.
So their last day will be in the villa the Sunday, and then the finale would be the Monday night.
It is 11 days from today, the 1st. So, okay, false alarm. Yeah. All this counting got y'all looking like Nelson for the challenge. Don't kill me, King Cash. You don't probably know who Nelson is. I'm good at counting, actually, but I wanted to make sure we got the dates right and not including the Saturdays and stuff like that.
Yeah, Cash, I stopped following Murad because right now he's doing the same thing he did to Kaz at the end of her season, in that he keeps throwing shade at India and Dami, and he's uplifting Ekinsu and Davide for basically the win. So, and then all he's gonna do is India's gonna come out the villa and he's gonna be, oh, I supported you the whole time. I wanted you to win. Full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like a lot of people aren't as happy to support them when like Dami's done some wrongdoings, you know. It's unfortunate. I don't even know if he realizes what he's doing though. So he's actually also still kind of young. I don't even think he's 30 yet. So
he's gross. I don't like
oh boy. Oh boy. Danita, don't support this bashing. So we see Natalia and Davide sticking it on him. He does say though, it's like it's going to be very hard to have my head turned. And as much as I think she's pretty, she's 23. Like, and she's kind of a young 23. I'm not really feeling her as being a shell that's bombing.
I don't like her. I'm gonna tell you, there's a bunch of things she said in this episode. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done with you.
Ooh, let's get there.
And I hope Ekinsu reigns supreme. And you know, and I know, I'm not the biggest Ekinsu fan, and so that should tell you, she's annoyed me more.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, we see Ekinsu speaking to Reese, and she says that her door is closed and that he's too young. Were these on the dates yet or no? I don't even remember how this all went down.
No. She said it to him before that.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then she was shocked.
And then he still asked her on the date, which was hilarious to me.
That's like the might of the young man. You know, it's like when you get older, you realize that that's a no. Yeah. You don't keep trying when you're a little bit older.
He reminds me a bit of Danica in that way, like just based on this episode. I was like, they look very similar.
I can see that. Just like keep trying. You gotta
so
keep
trying. It might be the age, man. It might be the age.
Definitely might be the age. We'd see Danica and Jamie talking. He definitely wanted to get her to know her the most. He talks about he needs the sexual attraction, and now I understand that that's very important, but I personally don't think it feels great to lead with that when you're first meeting up with someone, right? Like he doesn't know anything about her personality really, so it's kind of like he wants to fuck her the most is why he's choosing to go after her. It's kind of what it sounds like to me. And I don't know how, I might have been a little bit not offended, but kind of like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah. Good. I wasn't offended at this point in the game. Now we're getting closer to the end of the game. I get it. Because at this point, they ain't got nothing else to build anything else on the next week. Fair. 10 days, 11 days. So if he don't want to fuck her at this point, I don't know what they're going to be building their relationship on in 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, he seems like a nice enough guy.
He does.
And I think that he's nicer than Billy, and she, you know, gave up a little bit to Billy. So
he came across to me as being very genuine. I could be absolutely wrong, but
no, I think he came across as genuine. I just was like if I met somebody on a first date, and they're like, sexual attraction is really important to me. I really want to get to know you.
I absolutely loved her left, which I was dying at. He was enjoying himself.
I mean, she dances well.
I'm just like, maybe that's the kind of energy she'll be okay with for the next week.
Have fun with it for sure.
Yeah.
So King Cash says, with Dami messing up, let's get Luca out of the way and complete the Adam redemption so he can steal the money. Oh my God. I don't know if I could take that. I know you don't like Paige, but like that would be so vicious.
I hate Paige.
Hate?
I try not to hate people, but I really don't like her.
I mean, not what happened, but what happened?
This entire thing, like this episode, fake. Like the entire thing feels fake and forced. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I don't know if it's Jack's out of sight, out of mind, but the way she's acting is like she was never, ever, ever, ever coupled up with Jax. Like some of her statements, I'm just like, so you're just a fake. And then some of the stuff that she said, like to India and stuff, I didn't appreciate it. Like, I don't give a fuck if she keeps calling Dammy the wrong name. She shouldn't have to make him breakfast. Oh, you have to make him breakfast for that. For what? He's done way worse to her.
I mean, I hear what you're saying for sure. With the breakfast thing, I think maybe her delivery came a bit like, off, but you should be like, oh my God, you should totally make him some breakfast and make it up to him. Like,
I would have taken that. But the way she was making it seem like is that India was a terrible person. She had to make breakfast and she wasn't going to make breakfast.
And then Paige is like the best girlfriend and she's always does everything right. And yeah.
Right. That's the part that pissed me off.
I hear that. We'll probably talk more about Paige because I'm not down with her like trying to hold back a smile thing. Like they called her out on it too a little bit.
I can't say, even India said it. She's like, I know Paige is smiling, but she's rattled. Like you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell. And it came across in a lot of the things that when she gets like that, she gets nasty and cattier than she usually is because she's just nasty and catty. But she just gets even nastier and cattier.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jessica. Here, Danica does reign supreme as the best dancer in the villa, hands down. It would be really fun. I don't know if they still have time for a talent show, but I would love for Danica and I know you don't like Tasha, but I still like good dancers to put together like a dance routine. Like I think that would be super fun to see them do like a choreographed dance together. So maybe we'll get a talent show still.
Maybe we haven't. I mean. They got time. They can actually fill that in like tomorrow for all I care because this episode. You got another 10 days of this? Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, we'll get a talent show then. When talent show gets super dates, we'll get parents coming in, we'll get babies. Yeah. So that's like every other day something. And knowing Paige, she'll always stay with him. Yeah, she will. She's so annoying. Paige was very rattled this episode. I must say I enjoyed every bit of it, even though I knew it wasn't going to last long. Yeah. Let Adam call Paige Gemma repeatedly and it would be a whole problem, though. Double standard. Well, she would be... Well, I mean, I think if that were the case, though, she would think that Adam should make her breakfast. I think she would think that. So it would be if she called Adam Jax.
But the thing is, Gemma did it, and everybody was like, oh, it was an accident. It was an accident. Nobody made a big deal about it.
That's true.
But when India does it to Dammy.
Danita is over. Everyone's saying that Paige is wifey material. She's not. She's rude. Do you know what? I think that wifey material means unattractive. Not sexually attractive. Not hot. That's my interpretation, right? Like, if you're wifey material, you're not the girl that I'm cheating on somebody with. Like, you're the bona fide for sure, but it usually, to me, means not sexy, not hot.
I can see it.
That's what it means to me. And he usually dates Bombshells and he's like, oh, I want wifey material because like he wants to settle down or whatever. I don't think he thinks that he can settle down with someone that is like equal hotness to him, right? Because he's a cheater. He's like, well, he says he's not a cheater, but he's like, his head can get turned and, he's definitely able to juggle the women. And I don't think that he thinks that a woman that was in that same league as him would be wife material because they would also be juggling the men or have a lot of the attention of men. Yeah, so
like I think wants somebody he can sit at home and cook breakfast and
wait for him,
and then
nobody's gonna steal him from her. I was
gonna say, and not be pretty enough to be stolen.
Right.
Mm-hmm, I can see that.
So like the wife material thing, I know she's like just eating it up, like, oh my God, he wants to marry me. But I take it as he doesn't find her to be that hot. Paige surprised me throughout the season. She's a definition of a pick-me girl. Yeah, she is a pick-me girl. I think she's very insecure, and that's
Absolutely.
why Adam and the Jaxes of the world are able to like pull her in, because like all they need to say is like, you're wifey material, and I've never opened up to anybody like I opened up to you, and she's in. And she just doesn't see any red flags anymore. All red flags are painted green.
Every single part of the things that she did today was like insecure.
Jessica says, someone on Twitter said the only reason why the guys think Paige is wife material is because she's a yes man.
Yeah.
Well,
she's a pick me. And so this is what was funny to me on Twitter. A lot of people were calling India a pick me.
I don't
and
really
I'm
see
like,
that.
Y'all need to stop using the word if y'all don't know what it means. I keep hearing this same thing done over and over and over again. And I'm
Tasha's
like,
a pick me girl, I would say, not India.
Pages
as well.
Not India.
No, definitely not. India makes decisions for herself. Like Paige is always just like, like she needs the validation from men, is what I think of a pick me girl is. I don't see India as needing that validation from men. I see Tasha needing that validation from men. I see Paige. I don't see India like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Can Cash wants to know if Jax is still waiting for her or not. I don't think so.
He is.
Oh, well, I guess he has to for his brand, right?
Yeah. According to him, he's waiting.
So then she's gonna be like choosing between Adam and Jax, and then they're both gonna dump her. That's like what's gonna happen.
What's her name from last season that came out? And she was like with Brad in the villa. Then he left, and then she was with Aaron, and then she went back to Brad, then dumped him, and then went to her ex-boyfriend, and Aaron was coming out still looking for her. Like Lucinda, yeah. Just like it's going to be like similar to that, but on the other end.
Right. I just don't see. I mean, I think he's going to wait for her. I think she's going to be torn, and I think in her being torn, they're both going to lose interest. And they'll both drop her. Like that's really what I think is going to happen.
Did you see her pole dance Adam today?
I blinked and it was over. It wasn't good from what I saw.
Was it good?
It's just like.
That's why when you said, I think when he means wifey material, it's bland, and I was like.
Well, and that's why some guys stray, is because like they married their wifey material person, but like they don't want to fuck her, kind of thing. Sophie says, hi, Queen Tamika. Sharni says, is so telling that all the men think she's wifey material and she's the sweetest girl, but we've seen her be so catty towards women in the villa.
She's the cattiest.
She's pretty catty. She is. So Adam and Natalia are having a bit of conversation. He's asking her what's her plan in here. And he notices that she has really good eye contact, and that he has good eye contact. So I think this is like Bombshell, caging out the other Bombshell.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely knows how to be a bombshell, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. She does say that she wants a taller guy. So this is her kind of being like, that means you, Adam, because you're 6'5" and I'm a tall girl.
Right.
And so, but Adam does say that he would never say that he's closed off unless he's in a Tasha and Andrew situation. So boyfriend and girlfriend. So he left that door a little bit open. And if that were Ekatsu that did that, Davide would be like, liar. Like he literally just was like, I'm not in a boyfriend and girlfriend yet. So like my door is still kind of open. Right now I like Paige and I'm into Paige, but like we're not boyfriend and girlfriend. So I feel like they're open for him to dump her.
That and the date were the only times I believed him this episode.
Okay, I want to hear more in a second. So Lacey and Davide have a little bit of chat. He says again that he's in a good place with Ekansu. So I don't know if the producer says like, listen, you got 10 days left. Just be nice. You could win this thing.
He literally is like, well, we do have much time in the villa. And I was like, somebody spoke to you and told you, listen, ride this out.
Just ride it out. You could win the money.
Mm-hmm.
Reese,
I wonder if they'll talk them into stealing it.
I think that it would be Davide that steals the money just to get back at Ekansu.
You don't think Ekansu would actually steal the money?
I don't think Ekansu would do that.
Damn.
Oh, I mean, I want her to, but I think she's still trying to repair her image with him, that she would follow through even in that moment.
His family would have a heart attack.
If she stole it? That'd be, I mean, it would be so entertaining.
It would.
But I'd be terrified if that happens. Like,
we gotta have a conversation on who we would want to steal the money.
I want them all to steal the money, realistically. No. Not Dami in India though. Like they can't do that. India. They cannot. They have to be like holier than wholesome at this point going forward if they want a shot. They want a shot.
India might be able to get away with stealing the money, but Dana, not too much.
Dana says, I don't think that Adam is going to be a choice for Paige outside the villa. He's not into her.
He's dumping her. If they even make it to the finale, he's dumping her before they walk out the damn villa.
Feel like no, I mean, I think that he'll dump her after because I think that he's going to try to win the game, but I don't think they'll stay together long. Adam showed up to the TYC. What's that? TYC. Jax left the villa because he didn't want to lose Paige in front of the whole world. Really? That's whack. Jack didn't want to lose Paige. Like that's really loser behavior, if that's the case. Mm-hmm. Reese and Danica have a conversation, and he says that she's tanned. What he likes is tanned, a nice eyes, good teeth, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm ticking off all the boxes." And it's funny. Okay, I'm starting to figure out what it is with Danica.
Mm-hmm.
Is that she doesn't create different moments with people.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that she has just one kind of general cheeky kind of vibe and attitude that she does with every single person. And that in turn doesn't allow her to really connect with them because she's putting on this image of being easygoing, this like, so I feel like she kind of puts up a little bit of a wall with her presenting as being what she's been doing. Like, I'm hanging up my grafting boots. Like, I'm not doing this. And like, she's just kind of like a little bit snappy, which is a cool vibe of a person to be. But I think that it's preventing her from making those subtle connections that allow people to want to pursue her further. Because that's what I was noting. I'm like, she's not different with every single person. And even with my, like, just friends, I'm a little bit different with each friend. You know what I mean?
I mean, her inflection is always the same.
Yeah.
I think that's why one of the podcasts I listen to, they keep trying to inference that she has some sort of autism or whatever.
No, I don't.
I'm like, she doesn't have autism, but she understands because she keeps that same tone, and she's very straightforward in her verbiage. That's not what it is. That's just her personality. And
or it's the role that she's decided to put on for herself that's not allowing her to be fully connected and authentic. And it's probably a little bit of like, I'm an adult now. Like, this is who I am. Like, it's appearance of being very confident, but it's in that vulnerability that allows people to kind of gravitate to wanting, like, guys, it's facts, they want to take care of a woman. Like, that's a natural, like, energetic connection, like male female, masculine feminine type vibe. And so she kind of puts up, it seems like a little bit of a wall or a veneer that like it just doesn't allow the vulnerability to show through, which makes the guy want to take care of her, want to get to know her a little bit. So this is just what I'm noticing, is that she's the exact same person with everybody. That means she's not creating genuine connections with people. And I think that that's why I know that these men weren't necessarily attracted to her or wanted to pursue anything with her, but I think that that's why she's not able to get through that barrier with some of these people.
So do you think it is that because it's harder for her to do
I think
that?
it's just her age. I think it's her age.
Or it's the age? Because I think it's her age. That's what I was going to say. I think it's her age.
I think it's her age, wanting to act like a big, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't, she wants to be
I
confident.
I totally see what you're saying. I think it's her age. I think she just she's not mature enough to be secure enough. I don't even want to say it's an insecurity.
Well, just to be herself fully, be vulnerable.
To be aware of herself, to let down those, be able to like, if you're going to guard yourself, but when it's time, be like, okay, this is me.
Yeah.
To you. That I know that you're showing me the real you, kind of thing. That's why people keep saying, oh, she comes across as she's telling, she's giving HR interviews and all.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like it's not engaging. As actors, there's sometimes like between a good actor and like a not so good actor, it's kind of like some of them just learn the lines and deliver them, but the other actors, like, they connect. And so she's saying all the right lines, but she's not allowing herself to connect. And that's, I think, just inexperience and wanting to protect herself as a young woman, and so wanting to appear to be confident when really she's probably quite insecure or nervous or, you know, shy even. So just watching,
when you see like this, like the same role being played, like a, you know, let's say Belle on Broadway, and you see it getting played by different people, and some bring out just like so much emotion in you, and some you're like, oh, that was really good, but you know, it didn't stir anything in you.
Exactly, it didn't. She's really great at talking to people, but she's not great necessarily at connecting with men. She's great with connecting with the women, right?
She is. They all seem to have turned around on her. Of course, she seems closer to India, but I think they've all seemed to have turned around on her at this point.
Very true. So what did you think? So the first chat, the Deji and Lacey, I really felt that he did not seem interested in her at all. Like they're just like chatting, and I was like, he doesn't like her at all. He's just kind of like,
I thought it was me, because I was like, this is no good. I'm like,
and then though he got intrigued though when she said that, talked about her past relationship and about like there was infidelity, and she's like, I'll hold my hand up, like I am the bad one. And he was like, oh, I'm intrigued now. And he kind of sat up, and I was like, really? That got you intrigued?
I'm just wondering if she's not his physical type.
I don't know, but like, why? I don't know why you're getting excited by somebody cheating on their partner.
I mean, because we know he's dated white women, but maybe she's not the type of white woman he likes, and so he doesn't have that initial attraction, because it didn't seem like he was.
I didn't see like he wanted to talk to her even.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wanted to engage with her, and I'm like, dude, like,
you got no time.
This villa or not? Like, you need to choose one of these two girls, and I don't think Natalia is interested in you
at all. So Dami decides to suggest them playing a game, an icebreaker. What do you think it is? What do you think it's going to be? I wonder if the producers asked him to do that, because I was like,
literally ask him to do everything that he does, and it's annoying me now. Like, so leave Dami out of it.
Well, they decided to play Truth or Dare. I didn't write them all down, but one was like kiss a girl that you like. So Jamie kisses Anika. And even after some of the kisses, like not this particular one, but she's like, oh, that was good. Oh, that was all right. Like, and she says like kind of after all, like, I get it. It's like a little bit flirty, you know what I mean? But after all the first kisses that she's had with people, she said something like similar, like, oh, there you go. That was right. That was right. That wasn't bad. Like, and if I was a guy that saw that also, I'd just be like, oh, like, I know some people were saying when Tasha was getting a little bit upset with Andrew kissing Coco the same way that he kisses her. They're like, it's just your lips. It's the same kind of kiss. I think it's like the hand holding and the style of kiss that she thought was a little bit more special to their connection. And so that's another thing, though, with Danica, is that I'm thinking that people might be watching it ahead of time and seeing that she's not doing anything differently with them.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. To be honest, though, apparently on Unseen Bits, she's the one that got the ick first before Josh, and then he got the ick and shut everything down. And now he's come out the villa saying, "Oh, he didn't like her because that same excuse they keep using, that she talks like a businesswoman or whatever."
Well, I think the talk like a businesswoman is that she's not being kind of vulnerable. I think that that's just what that translates to.
Right.
Because like I could definitely talk like a businesswoman, but there's also times where you can be a little bit like softer, or cuter, or flirtier. You know what I mean? Like you have different levels. So
I can see that.
So I think they just don't know how to articulate themselves that well, probably.
Which is the funny part. Y'all don't like her because she articulates herself so well, but y'all can pull together a string of sentences to hold like anything. So no wonder she didn't work out with you.
Like you just need to say like we just didn't have a connection, or we just didn't have the vibe that I was hoping to have.
Right.
Who do you fancy? So Natalia fancies Adam, of course.
Right.
And one that I wrote down was when Deji goes to kiss Lacey, she completely swerved. And she's like, I've red lipstick, I've red lipstick, I've red lipstick.
And isn't that always the Love Island excuse when you really don't want to be engaging anybody?
I mean, I know red lipstick sucks, but we remember Shay's swerve to Calvin. She's just like,
yes.
You got the red lipstick. I don't want to mess up my lipstick. If you were into somebody super hot, you would not care about some red lipstick at all.
I'd be like, oh, is it on you? Let me wipe it off and kiss him again.
Exactly. Or be like, let's worry about that later.
And the thing is, I understand. It's possible she really did feel that way, because I know we as women sometimes overthink things, and men are like, I don't know what the hell she was talking about. I don't care. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? And I've talked to men and they say this. They're like, we don't care about that. I'm like, oh, but they don't care about that, right? So it's possible, but I was just like, then why?
I mean, guys care about it if they're out and their girlfriend's wearing red lipstick and like they aren't able to wipe it off. But like in this situation, it would be kind of funny being like, oh, and he's a dark-skinned man. Like his lipstick wasn't that. I don't think it would be as normal, like, or as noticeable as if it was somebody that was like Jack, right? Like Jack, all over his face would be, but like Deji, he could wipe it off, and like I don't think it would be that super duper noticeable. And like, who cares? He can go and get a Kleenex.
Or don't wear red lipstick when you know you're probably going to be doing challenges.
Maybe she did that on purpose so she can swerve when she wanted to. So Mary has a good point here. Mary wonders if being in a long-term relationship during her teens and young adult years has had some effect on Danica not knowing how to date or engage with men. Probably. And also with what you were saying too, last few years being in lockdown, not being able to get out there, like she's probably great on Zoom. You know what I mean? Like she's probably a good Zoom conversationalist. But
absolutely. But in person engaging when you've spent your formative years in a lockdown situation, no.
So Danita, I also wonder what Danica's upbringing was like, because she is so matter of fact with stuff. So I wonder if she had to be that way growing up. She's also an Aries. Yeah, Aries are kind of matter of fact like that. So it might be a little bit of Aries. It might be a little bit of being in a relationship, and she was probably, she grew up with that particular person, so that could be how they engage and interacted. And so she hasn't had to flirt really. Like, yeah, she probably just doesn't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
Because like even if she is 21, but not like, for instance, one of my friends when we were in high school had a baby, and there's certain life experiences that she missed out on that I realized like, oh, you're a little bit stunted there. on your perception of like how things are. And so
Right.
being in a relationship, you might be just stunted a little bit with interacting with new men, new boys, new, starting new relationships or not starting new relationships. So if she was in a relationship up until this point, from when she was a kid, basically,
Yeah.
she definitely has not learned how to engage with many different men in terms of inviting them in for a relationship.
Right.
Will your head be turned? I don't know who that was for, but no, how could it? I don't know who said that, but probably Davide. Oh no, it was probably Ekansu, actually. Someone asked, Natalia asked, I think it was Dami, if like no, India or Dami.
She was questioning Demi, and I want to know for what. I want to know for what.
What do you think?
Because it pissed me off, like everything that she said.
Go on. I know that you're irritated with her. This was probably the first time that she set you off.
Like it was like, oh, um, question: If did you know going into Costume More that you were always going to choose India? Him, yes. I truly believe that, though. I truly believe he knew that he was going to come back from Costume More and choose India. I kept saying, I think he thought that this is what they needed in their relationship. Because if Coco is going in there telling them, you guys are doing well outside, your thing has raised up, and he still did all of that.
Yeah.
That means he was playing a game either for the public or because his producers told him to.
Mm-hmm. It's a Johnny syndrome.
Yeah.
Johnny situation.
Yeah.
The Johnny situation could lose him the win. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then she's like, "Oh, poor Summer." After, what'd you think about that?
That's the second time that pissed me off, and I'm glad it pissed India off on Summer's behalf. Like, how dare you? You don't know her. You don't give a and that you don't give a fuck about her.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to know why she did all of that.
Well, she's the bombshell. She has to go in and create problems.
Yeah, well, bombshell your way out of here because none of that is helping you stay in this villa.
So Natalia, though, then she does snog Davide, Adam, and Deji. I can't believe she snogged Deji, though. I was like, I don't.
He was shocked. He was like, "Oh, okay, this is what we do."
Oh, and then your girl Paige was starting to get vexed with like, oh, she just keeps on like trying to make eye contact with him. Like, I'm getting so mad at her. Like, I'm just like, I don't know.
Insecurity. It was just insecure. Like, if you guys are the end all be all, not like you. Okay, yes, Ekansu was a little bit rattled, but you see her. All she's doing is like, she's like, okay, so I just got to shut this shit down. Let him be. Let him do what he's gonna do. Either he's gonna shut it down, or he's gonna continue and entertain it. Then she noticed he started shutting it down. He's like, okay, I'm gonna still watch on this. I don't trust those two. Oh, and then how they were so mad that because she's not welcoming them into the villa.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let me just finish this this stupid game. So did you enjoy Dami sucking India's toes and licking her from toe to
First of all, you saw where they stopped, right?
No.
He never even got up to her mouth yet. So I'm just like, where did he go? He was a little south. It was. I don't even like toe sucking. I never understood foot fetishes, but I was like, actually, that was kind of sexy. And then he was like, oh, she tastes good. I'm gonna do that again in bed.
I wish that somebody asked the question to. I mean, it's kind of rude. Not actually, nobody could really ask that, but India, have you seen Dami's heart-shaped birthmark?
We won't get that until if they have a hideaway, which I don't even know. Listen, they need to like get rid of some of these people, solidify some of these couples, do some hideaways, and the only people who need hideaways right now is
it's going to be Adam and Paige. You know, it's Adam and Paige that's getting that hideaway.
That's so fucking stupid.
And then Andrew and and maybe
No,
Thing
they can't
again.
go another hideaway. It have to be either Ekisu or Davide. And
Oh, they haven't had one yet at all, actually.
Yeah.
So then we see the striptease on Adam, which was terrible. Like it's actually wasn't like with Adam as the pole. I don't know what she could have done, just because it's easier to give a lap dance when somebody's sitting down, and like having someone be the pole, you just kind of have to be like, I don't know, like, you know, like kind of go down their body or whatever. But she was
my
not good.
5'3" ass, I would have climbed him like a tree.
He did say that he can climb if you want to, and she's like, not in this dress.
Oh hell no, I wouldn't have give a damn.
Yeah, just climb him and just like do like your hair back like this little bit, then a little kiss.
And then I would have like moved down, and then I would have kissed his neck. Listen, she didn't know what she doing. She didn't know what she was doing. I'm sorry, that was bad.
It was very bad.
I like tall men, so like I would have climbed him like a tree. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I would have done something good, but like, yeah, I would have done something good. Yeah. But I'm a dancer, so we'll just we'll leave it at that. She's definitely not a dancer. Yeah. Jessica says, I know we've noticed this before, but I really like that all the Black people hang with each other all the time. Deji and Danica, India and Dami are always with each other. It's nice to see. Yeah. Like when we see it.
It's nice, but it's just very segregation island, and it's annoying in that respect. And I think it was set up in the beginning, and then it just works for them. I feel like they've all just gotten very comfortable. I think the only person who like seems to go back and forth more is Dami. But yeah.
Jessica, don't kill me. Jessica says, Paige telling Natalia to do her best after that weak pole dance and kiss. Girl, bye. She could have grinded on him or something. Come on. Yeah.
No, like, that was terrible. or even be like, you know what? My pole needs to lay down, and just like worked her like
something like she could have even like just like walked around him and feel his body, maybe make him part of it, take off his shirt or something, you know what I mean, like, and then just like, I don't know, like and like around and like do a little head rips, and then maybe, you know, we go in front of him, bend over and do the last grind, whatever.
Terrible.
But instead she like came around the back and then was like squatting by his leg. I was like, what's happening here? Where's the lap dance part of this? Yeah, not a good look. But Jessica, very funny. And then then we see Danica giving Jamie a last dance, and that was nice and fire. That was nice and fun. She looked like she was enjoying herself. She kind of lit up, I would say, when she's doing it, and like she does like having the attention in that way. And she looked great doing it. So
and he had a good old time. Like, yeah, that's what I appreciated about it, because I've seen her dance and dance on that. Remember when she did the heart rate challenge, and they were acting like, oh yeah, she was good, but you could tell they weren't right into it. He was into it, which I appreciate.
Yes, I do appreciate as well. So we see Lacey talking to Davide in India. Really? Was it Dami? About Deji. That's false. What am I talking about?
Oh, yes. It was India and Danica. It was India and Danica.
Oh, Danica. Sorry, yeah. That could be what I wrote. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Help me understand.
They were talking to
Lacey, is she saying about how she's interested in him?
Yes.
Oh, and that's why I'm writing that's false, because I'm like, I don't see it, I don't believe it. It's like, what? Like, how are you into Dami when you just swerved on a kiss?
Oh, look, like, you did it. Deji. You did it. You called Deji Dami.
Did I? I didn't even notice.
I'm telling you, it's a problem. All right.
I didn't notice, and I'm not trying to be offensive. I don't think all Black people look the same. Like, shoot. Well, Deji. Well, the fact that she swerved on Deji when they're doing the lap dance or the Truth or Dare challenge, like, there's no way that I would think that she'd be interested in him. Like, she's supposed to be putting on her grafting boots right now, and the only single man in the villa is coming to kiss you in a game, and you're like, red lips.
Yeah, just dumb. I was like, And they're like, they're playing. He's the sweetest guy. He's so genuine. And I'm like, girls, she just wants to stay in the villa.
Yeah, she just wants to stay in the villa. But you know what, though? Maybe she knows that he has a lot of support outside the villa, and that maybe getting with him, she might be able to.
So far, they don't have any chemistry. I can't see them staying over Jamie and Danica, who actually have a little bit of chemistry.
But I'm just thinking about the people voting. Because Dami was able, or Deji, Deji was able to stay over Dami that last round. And that's probably because he had his people like voting for him. So
I don't know if some of those people who turned are going to vote for him and the white woman. So
that's true. That. Well, maybe not though, because he's had white women in the past. So if it's friends,
but there were some people in the public who, like, that's not his friends, also turned on India and Dami, which is what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to vote for him and a white girl. They would have voted for him and Danica.
She might have really dropped the ball there. If she's not going to have chemistry with some of these people, she should have maybe really gone for Dami. Or fuck off. Now I'm going to be doing it because, like, I'm nervous.
It's a sort of but she should. I said that. I think she should. I think her and Summer both dropped the ball in that respect. I don't care if he's your friend. See if something could have grown over time. They both dropped the ball on that.
They should have worked on their relationship because I think that the popularity of Deji and with Danica being someone that hasn't been able to find someone, they would have really liked, I think, the story if they started to like each other, even if they forced it or like they just like they give it a go and then they are actually like, oh, I actually kind of like this person. Like I think people would have been on that journey, even if it was fake. I think people would be on it, been into it. So it's bedtime and the Bombshells are talking, and that's when Miss Natalia is like, I'm so surprised by Ekansu. She's just not like that warm and inviting. And I'm like, because you're trying to steal her man.
Like you're literally coming after her man. Like call her tomorrow once y'all make a choice.
Like she's actually being quite civilized, I would say.
I'm telling you, Ekansu has not played this wrong. She's played it pretty well. She could be worse.
She definitely could be a lot worse. If I were Ekansu, I'd be like, who's this young idiot that's trying to like come and step like get out of here. Get out of here. It's false though, right, Jessica? Like Hi CJ. Ooh, you enjoyed the recap of the challenge. Yes, because she is a shining bright star. Absolutely. Sorry I didn't get to watch Love Island UK today. No problem. We are always here for you. We still come live.
That's why we're recapping it. Listen to us and go watch it for yourselves.
Yes.
Let us know what you thought. Do you line up with what we said or not?
I definitely am enjoying talking about Love Island. Or sorry, the Challenge USA, because I just know all these characters and they're all from these different shows. And so I feel very knowledgeable about like people's backgrounds and stuff like that. And so it's fun. It's kind of like putting the pieces of a puzzle together. So I'm enjoying it as well.
I told you that's why I like it too, because it reminds me of the original challenge. Some people are like, oh, Dom is right. Like all that love stuff and all that hooking up.
No, it's always been like this.
But it's like, that's the challenge though. Like as far as I know, that's always been the challenge. And even when they stopped putting real road rules on because they brought in
Are You the One?
They brought in Are You the One? They brought in regular people who loved the challenge, and then they became OGs, and then they started hooking up, and it's the same dynamic. It's always the same dynamic. So
there's always exes on shows together on the challenge.
Yeah.
And they even have some series that are called exes or rivals. So like Dom, it's not Survivor. You know what I mean? It's the challenge, and the challenge likes mess.
Right.
And that's just
literally like, because they literally cut Olivia and Corey because they were supposed to be on that season, but somebody did something, and then brought in Castro at the last minute because they needed an ex for somebody from the Love Island cast. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, because they like mess. Because if they actually cared about having an actual couple on there, they would have just kept Josh and Shannon.
Exactly.
But they sent Josh's ass home and brought in Cashel.
just to create maybe some mess.
Yeah.
That's just what they want.
I do think that attributed to their breakup too, as well.
Oh, Danita, it is such a great season. I'm really enjoying it as well. I think surpassing a lot of people's preseason expectations. Even mine, I was hesitant just for the fact that, like, I'm an MTV, the challenge purist. I was like, I felt a little bit like pissed off that CBS was stealing the idea of like my favorite show and then like doing it differently.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, well, I still feel like that a little bit. I think they could have called it something else and it would have been great. But I think that the challenge format really lends well to good content. Go ahead.
I'm wondering if they changed the name from the Challenge CBS to the Challenge USA because that Love Island has moved to Peacock. And I think what we said before, they still want to use that pool of people because it seems they're advertising Love Island in between the challenge, and they are actually doing more stuff with the UK and
I
the
think
challenge and
that.
Yeah.
And then also the fact that what the intention is the winners of each franchise. So USA, Argentina, UK, Australia will all be competing for like the world title or whatever. So I think it would be, you're going to be representing USA, not representing CBS. So I think that that's also why. But for maybe for like future seasons, like being able to take a pool from Paramount Plus and not being kind of restricted to CBS. Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Side note, do we know if Shannon and Josh are back together or if they're just cool? They're just cool with each other. I've seen Josh, Shannon, Cash. They're cool.
Yeah, she said he's literally her best friend. They still own a home together or rent a home together.
She's going back home.
She went back home and stayed there when they were in Miami. They're just the best of friends, which I that's not shocking to me. They're both Pisces. I think they're just going with the flow. Could they get back together? I think they probably have a better chance of getting back together than Cash and Cinco. True. I really think it was a growth thing. They didn't know what to do without each other, and then I think when she went on the challenge and he did not, that created oh my God, like what to do. I don't know myself. What do I want to do after this? Like that kind of thing.
I definitely agree. And I think that she kind of probably was like, ooh, I want to do more of these type of things. And he didn't have that experience. So he might not want to.
No, he wants to be a fitness person. He wants to be a fitness person.
I mean, his workouts with Cinco were like insane.
Because him and Cash were just working out today too.
I'll show you the one with Cinco, and I'm just like, whoa, that's hard. Like he looked pretty sexy for the fact that like I don't find him attractive at all, but like how strong he was, I was like, whoa, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened next? So yeah, I was pissed at the Bombshells talking about I'm surprised by Ekin-Su, whatever. But they kind of decide that they do need to all graft the next day, like to really try to get somebody or make a dent in somebody's relationship. Eek. So I didn't realize what the little tiff was between Dami and India, because I was like, wait, what happened? Like, what happened? And like, I was watching that part live, and so like I couldn't rewind it. And then we had the morning chats, and then I realized that she'd called him Deji again, but in bed.
Yeah, because she was explaining the summer situation, why it pissed her off that Natalia said what she said, and then she's like, if Deji, and then she meant Dami, and he's like, okay, so now it's starting to piss me off.
Well, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. I get it, it's in bed, it's like your own intimate time together, but like in describing a story where he is kind of involved energetically, like it's very easy to like, look, I've messed up a few times on my own, and like I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I call all people the right name. It's not that you're thinking about them, but they are in your subconscious for the fact that she's probably like, oh shoot, I really don't want to do that again. And then when you don't want to do something again, you're going to do it again because you're actually subconsciously focusing on it. So I get that he's upset, but like it really wasn't a big deal because how she was saying it wasn't, in my opinion,
in a context that was making it a bigger deal.
Exactly. So in the morning chat, Davide he really must have talked to his producer because she's just like, oh, he's good with Ekin-Su. Like, and even Dami was like, I've never heard you speak this way before. And it's true. Deji says that he's interested in Lacey as like, since when? I'm like, okay, fine. The girls are chatting, and Danica is definitely leaning towards Jamie, but she's going to get to know them both. So, and that's when India does mention that she said Deji's name instead of Dami's in bed. And that's when Paige pissed you off next time when she thinks that he should make Dami breakfast. I think that Paige is probably also just really happy that her like competition couple keeps on kind of messing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like the Olivia thing. Like I feel like she wants maybe India to go just for the fact that like they're in a strong couple, sort of. Yeah. I mean, not that making breakfast is a bad thing, but there's just something about how Paige goes about things that it feels as though it's kind of like, oh, she's a better friend to Dami than Paige is, and she's better. She's just, I don't know. It's hard for me to articulate. I'm just kind of rambling, but
No, I mean I understand what you're saying, and I agree with it. That's my issue with her. It's because all right, we're gonna get to it, but I have theories. Because there's a lot of stuff going on the internet right now about who people think is going to be the final four couple.
Okay, fine. Okay, we're almost. Oh, there's a lot left. Hold on, let's do this fast. So India does decide to make Dami breakfast to make it up to him, and then the nerve of Deji to be like, "Can I throw some eggs in there as well?" India, I think, should have maybe said, Deji, I'm making this for Dami right now. I can make you something later, but I just want to make this for him first. Or something. I think it was maybe a little bit of a misstep. If she, like, I understand why he might be a little bit offended by that. Obviously, still not a big deal, but I can see someone being a little bit hurt. Like, oh, you're trying to do something to make up for me for something you said about the guy, and then you are making him breakfast as well. So, what do you think, though? It doesn't seem like you agree.
Yes. I don't. If her intention was to make, but this is why I was saying forcing her to do this wasn't the right move. I think it felt forced. Not that it wasn't a good gesture. It just felt like people were hazing her to do it for him. And I understand that she felt like she wasn't doing it on purpose. So yes, if her intention was just to make Dami breakfast to make him feel better, it would be like, Deji, find your own pot, make your own eggs.
Yeah, I'm not making eggs for anybody else right now. I'm making this for Dami. Like, sorry, just say sorry. And I personally wouldn't have done it for just not to be mean, but like because I would just be like
the situation you were in.
Yeah. Exactly. Dami was also pretty annoyed by this, and he kind of kept on bitching to the guys. I also wish
of course Luca was stirring the pot.
I hate him. Not hate. He's so annoying. Yeah. So annoying. So the OG girls are all kind of watching the Bombshells make their moves, and they're just like, their eyes are like a hawk on them. I was like, oh, and then I've got a text. And so each of the Bombshells are going to take out a date. So Lacey picks Deji, Natalia picks Adam. Paige was like, Jamie picks Danica, and Reese picks Ekansu. And she's like, what? Like it's like poor Ekatsu. Like people were getting up on her because she was always trying to be chosen for dates, and then now she's like, I'm shutting it off. I'm telling him that I'm not interested. I am not open, and then she still gets picked on a date. Poor girl.
Poor thing.
I mean, she probably likes it still at the same time. So Davide is not scared. He doesn't see competition with Reese. And then we see Jamie and Danica on their date, and it was okay. They do.
I think they had the better date
out of all of them. Maybe okay.
Yeah, chemistry wise.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they liked getting to know each other, or he liked getting to know her at that point. Right. I don't see a different shade of interaction from her, so I can't tell if she actually likes him or not. You know what I mean?
No, I can't tell either. But Deji and Lacey's date was
Well, Deji and Lacey, like, they're like, and she's like, she's like, I needed you to come in. Like, I needed you to be here. And she's like, but you like with the kiss. And she's like, well, kissing with red lips is cringy. And he's like, well, should we try it again? And then they do kiss. And I was just like, she does not like him. And so it's false.
Yeah. You all are not good enough actors to pull this off.
Yeah, Jamie, if I didn't say this already, likes Tanika's eyes and her confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will work out for her. At least will be for the next recoupling.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this was what I understood from Deji when he's like, when I first saw you, I thought you were boring. That's the attitude that rang true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you thought she was boring. I think that you thought she was boring for sure.
He was not interested until and then when he heard that she was the naughty girl, it was like, oh, okay, so she's not boring. Because remember, he called her like a school teacher or something.
Right. Yeah. So now she's a naughty school teacher. And so Ekin-Su asks Reese, like, why'd you pick me? Because you intrigued me the most. And Adam is talking with Natalia, and it's his first Brazilian girl. I didn't really write anything about everybody. But Ekin-Su is honest with Reese. She says that she thinks he's handsome, but she's 100% with Davide. Paige, while this is all going on, is so nervous, and Jennifer's reassuring her, and she's just really nervous about everything. And Tasha says that Deji is Lacey's best way forward. 100%. I'm not saying she's not doing the right thing. I'm not saying that she's not doing what a bombshell is supposed to do. Like, I just think that she's not interested in him. And that's just a fact. I'm just pointing that out. But she can do whatever she wants. And they're on a show. Jessica says Lacey must have good makeup or doesn't wear much because at least hers didn't come off on to Deji like Sharon and Aaron last year.
Or even Dami and Summer.
Dami and Summer. I don't remember. The white her makeup.
Yeah, like, her makeup got on him on the terrace.
Yeah, and he was really upset by that. I remember that. So they all return, and the boys have their chat. Reese says that she shut him down. Just like, and Davide is pretty like, he knew it. He knew that there was going to be a problem. He's like, he might have said here at another time, like, look at me, like I have nothing to worry about, like I'm me. And I'm just like, she's put all her eggs in your basket, but she probably would have rather put her eggs in like Jay's basket if Jay gave her attention. Like, I don't think you're that great, Davide, unfortunately. Sorry, Davide fans. The girls chat, Ekin-Su says, he's a lovely, lovely boy, but too young, and I'm super into Davide. Of course, I didn't write anything else down, did you? Yeah, Tasha agrees. She doesn't think he's into Deji. She's into Deji. Not at all. So everybody's getting ready for the night. Everybody's pumping up Ekin-Su. I like Ekin-Su. Like she made the season. I think her and India, I think, were the stars of this season. And like Tasha wanted to be the star. Paige wants to be the star, but they're not the star because of the pick-me girls. They don't have the confidence.
So even that thing where they said with Gemma and Luca,
I forgot about them.
Natalia was like, do you guys think that you guys have the banter in your relationship? I was like, to be fair, she's right, but it was it was rude of her to say it.
She's rude though.
Yeah. And not in a like, oh my god, so messy, I like it.
Cheeky chappy, she's just rude, blunt and rude, and she's not making friends,
Yeah.
So everyone is encouraging Reese to go and speak to Danica, and I'm like, Dami, stay out of things. Like, he's always meddling with things.
I'm telling you, gotta be his producer. I'm telling you, his producer must want like the next job up, like something like look how I handled Dami last year. I got him to do this, I got him to do that. I mean, let me get the ring.
His producer really did a good job. Like, not that we liked everything that he did, but he definitely carried the season with his antics. So not that I was happy with him,
No.
but so like out of the men, him and Jax, unfortunately, were the kind of the stars of the show.
Yeah.
And for the women, I think it was India and Ekansu.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Danica was talking to India and Reese shows up. And it seemed like Danica was immediately describing somebody else to being his type. And I don't know if she did that on purpose, but she's like, oh, do you usually go for like tall model tops types and stuff like that? And I'm like, because she's short. And he's like, well, I do. I kind of like girls like you. You know what I mean? Like she immediately was like deflecting.
I'm telling you, it's because the first name that came out of his mouth was Ekansu.
Even to them? I don't remember.
I think he's always kind of portrayed that Ekansu was his number one priority.
And he did take her on the date. That's true. But she put her grafting boots away. And then we end the episode with your favorite couple, Adam and Paige. And he has the best time with her. It looks boring to me. I'm sorry. Like Adam used to be kind of like a fun bombshell. Like he's kind of boring. And he just wants to she just wants to vibe with it, and he wants to see where this goes in the outside world. And I'm like, bullshit, Adam. Bullshit. You're trying to just redeem your image here and win $50K.
Exclusive? That's what he said to her.
Oh, I didn't write that down. They're exclusive?
That's what he said to her.
I didn't hear it. I was like not fully listening. I was making this stream. Oh.
I don't believe a word that's coming out of either one of their mouths.
Okay, so they're exclusive now. But why didn't he do like a whole big thing?
Because she was questioning him about his date with Natalia.
That's annoying. But anyways, that's the game that he's come here to play. Do you think though that there's still a chance for Natalia to cut in?
He would have to run the numbers
to see whether or not it would be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she's likable enough to be more likable than Paige.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's a couple comments here. Jessica says, I hope Danica won't fall for Reese's BS. I don't think that she's his type. He's shot his shot with Ekansu, missed, and now he's trying to go for Danica.
I think that's what she's pretty much figured.
On with the pursuit and not fall back. Absolutely. I agree. Question, do we think that Gemma's mom's comment about Tasha getting bullied by the boys is giving her a stamp of rejection for Luca with Gemma?
I'll believe it when she says it on the show during the parents episode.
Do we think that she'll bring it up when they meet? I
don't believe nothing nobody writes on the outside until it's brought up in front of those people.
Okay. I see. If persons are voting for Gemma and Ekansu and Paige, then the final spot is between India and Tasha. And since persons liking Tasha now, so we should be worried for Ekansu. I'm sorry, India.
But it might not be. So it might not be us voting, right? Because the last season, the vote for the final, 4 or 5 couples, was from the Islanders, who was the most compatible.
True.
So we have to think, how is everybody in the villa that's currently in the villa going to vote compatibility wise for the couples that are in the villa?
If they're going to be playing a game, they might want to keep Tasha and Andrew because they might think that the audience doesn't like them.
Yeah.
But I think it could be good that Dami was in the bottom to make them think that same thing with them.
Yes.
I don't actually know. So you have your theories. What's your theories?
So, no, that's my theory. So my theory is they would either have to, because remember, it's a compatibility thing. So they're going to have to come up with, oh, India and Dami are not compatible.
Which is not true.
Can they say that?
No.
Can they say that? And then say that Tasha and Andrew are more compatible than India and Dami?
No. I do not think so.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to build a bridge to, and it's a bridge to nowhere. I don't see them being able to do it. They might be able to do it with Paige and Adam, but I don't see them being able to do that with India and Dami.
I agree. I hear that. So Jessica says the irony of Adam saying on his date, "I've only been here a week, so I'm not closing the door," and right after saying he wants to be exclusive with Paige, eye roll.
Exclusive.
Adam and Paige are both playing a game at this point. No,
Absolutely.
I think that she thinks that he's being genuine. I do. Tasha says Gemma's mom won't ruin her daughter's chances. Gemma launched her bikini company in February, so winning would be good for her. Oh, yeah. I mean, her mom will do whatever's best. I'm sure she'll get advice from her management team and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I said she can say whatever she wants to outside the villa. I won't believe it until she says it on the show. So, and she's not going to. Her father's already not showing up. She's not going to say it on the show because she wants her daughter to get what she wants. Which she came on the show to win the show, get more followers, get more viewers. She can break up. She can have that conversation with them off the show, and make her break up with him off the show.
Exactly.
After a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Unless she's like, "Hey man, I have a men's line that's coming out. Like, let's get Luca to model the men's line." So they might stay together for the Molly May and Tommy effect. Yeah. So she might suck up this terrible relationship for that.
Yeah.
Oh well, she's young. That's fine for her. Like she could be in this relationship for like a good few years, and she still has her whole life ahead of her. So she has time, so she can have this experience. Get some clout. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the episode. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't?
No, so that was just the things that we're gonna have to mull over, because as we're getting closer to the couples, remember last season that was what was voted on, and that's how they decided those last 4 couples. It ended up not really being that way because remember, Jake and Liberty left, so it was like last 5 couples, but it ended up choosing the 4 couples because Liberty and Jake left. Mm-hmm. But again, they got super dates, so it will also depend on who get like the date.
Yeah, we'll definitely know more when we see who gets what super date,
and then we'll know where the producers are really leading.
Yeah, it's like who's getting that yacht.
Who's getting that yacht?
Who's getting the yacht? Who's getting the helicopter?
Absolutely.
I think that Paige and Adam will get the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jem and Liam will get the yacht.
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, CJ, for being here. I'm glad you enjoyed our recap, and everybody else here in the chat. You guys are the best. Thank you, Tamika, also for being here. It's always great to getting angry with these stupid Islanders with you. So thank you for being here. We will be coming back later on at around 10 or so Eastern to recap Love Island USA episode 3. So if you are able to be awake at that time, it's not as late as the last 2 days have been. We will be going on around just maybe a little bit after 10. Yep. So thank you for joining us here today. You guys are great.
I will stream. Pretty sure I'm going to stream live on my Twitch again tonight.
Nice.
At 9.
All right. So make sure you go over to Entertainment in Color on twitch.tv for 9 p.m. Eastern. So you can watch that with Tamika. And then we'll see everybody back at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll put the link together right now so you can get notified. And so if you don't get notified when you want to, make sure you subscribe to Realnesss and Entertainment in Color. And make sure when you subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you will be notified when either of us go live. So we'll be seeing you guys later. Bye-bye.